Welcome back to Living Local, research less and relax more. That's Treasured Travel's motto. They make planning a vacation easy so you can truly enjoy your time away from reality. And joining us in the studio is Stephanie Hurley, owner of Treasured Travel. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Thanks for being here. This is so cool.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
yeah.
You're on our brand new set today. This is the
heard.
first time we're in these
Exciting.
chairs. So this is exciting. So let's hear a little bit about you and your adventure into the travel industry.
Boy. Well, I was one of those people that I was always, sounds cliche, but I was planning my own trips, planning everybody else's trips. And my sister said to me one day, she's like, why don't you just do this for a living? And my husband was like, yes, please, stop spending our money, do it, help other people. And so 2017, I just had this epiphany, I'm getting older. I was like, I need to do what I love every day. And so I set out and decided that I was going to open my own travel agency. So I spent an entire year researching, studying, figuring out how it worked, what would be the best plan of action. And in 2018, I opened my doors.
That's great. And so you didn't work for a travel agency prior. You just were like, I'm just doing it myself.
I did. Yep. I joined a host company in Florida. So I'm connected with like 6,000 different agents across the country. So I have a huge network, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool. And the trips you take are wonderful. So let's talk about some of your favorite trips to plan then. Because you are always doing something cool. I'm so envious.
So when it comes to my clients, my favorite trips usually are honeymoons, just because it's fun and we get to do it. Like I have a lot of grooms that'll be like, I want to surprise my bride with different things, so we get to plan all sorts of fun things like that.
I love that.
Multi-generational trips, those bucket list trips. I love it. I had an 85-year-old woman who wanted to go to Hawaii, what she said one last time. And, but just helping people be able to see the ocean for the first time. Or I just got a text yesterday from a grandma who is swimming in the ocean with her grandkids. That's what I get excited about, helping people plan.
Yeah, and so a lot of people don't know to even use a travel agent because, at first it seems kind of like an outdated thing. But we used one last year for a trip we took, and we found it hugely beneficial. Yeah. So why, should someone use a travel agent?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the number one thing I did the first year, was educate people, because everybody said, why are you doing this? I can just book it online. So I got tired of seeing my friends be disappointed with trips that they were booking themselves online, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times I'm that advocate. So if something goes wrong on your trip, I can advocate for you. Or people get overwhelmed doing all the research. There's so much on there. And the pictures online do not always match what reality shows.
No, not at all.
And so I travel enough to be able to tell people that. Or if I haven't been there, I know people who have been there. And so being able to help them avoid those pitfalls of, sometimes you find that great deal online, and they send it to me, and I said, this is why it's a great deal. Do you want to overlook the dumpster at your resort?
It doesn't include a bathroom.
Yeah, so exactly. So I like to help people make the most of their money and their time. I mean, as Americans, we take the least amount of vacation time of anybody in the world. And so if you're going to do it, you better do it right.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing. I need a vacation so bad, Stephanie.
I know.
So as summer approaches, what are the trends looking like? Where are people going right now?
So cruising is back big time. So with COVID, that was not happening at all. So cruising is back big time. I love European travel. So Greece is really popular. Italy, very big, booking out like crazy, months in advance, years in advance almost.
Wow.
Those are really popular places. So I actually got to go last year.
Yeah, I know you did.
To Greece,
those pictures are
and
good.
Italy and Spain, and kind of check them out for myself. But one thing I'll say with cruises is be sure to get your passport. So people think they can cruise without a passport, and you technically can. But here's why I say you should never do that. If you stop at a cruise port and you get off in another country, if something happens to you and you have to fly home and you don't have your passport, you're stuck on that island. So while you technically can cruise without one, I never recommend it. The other thing going on right now is that the passport processing times are really slow. So it can take up to 13 weeks to get a passport. So if you're even close to hitting that expiration date, or you're thinking about traveling in the next couple of months, go ahead and get that passport now.
Yeah, it's probably one of the many things that have changed since COVID. But what else, has changed since then, in regards to travel, especially overseas? Yeah,
well, I think one thing people don't realize is that we were, as an industry, very affected by this. And so, people go to maybe the same resort that they went to a couple years ago, and they expect things to be the same, and they're having staffing issues, shortages, things like that. And so it's still important to be flexible. Airlines are still, unfortunately, kind of a hot mess right now.
Yeah.
And so it's really important that you get travel insurance. I think that was a big learning point from COVID. Travel insurance is so important, just because of those airline delays and the different things that can go awry. You never want to have to fund those things out of pocket.
And you never know what's going to go wrong.
No,
at
you
this
don't.
Point.
Yep.
And what do you love most about designing vacations? I mean, you like designing your own, obviously, but
right.
You know, for other people, is it the joy that it brings them? Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's getting to meet those people. So a lot of people like to do things just over the phone. I love it when they want to meet in person, and I get to know them, because what's right for one person is not right for the next person. And so getting to meet them, getting to know their personality, getting to find a place that would fit them, and find those little fun extras that would make their trip special. That's what I love so much.
I love that. So how can viewers learn more and book a trip through you now? Today?
So you can go to my website, www.treasuredtravel.com. Give me a call, send me a message. I am on Facebook as well. So yeah, just get in touch with me. I'd love to talk with you.
Well, Stephanie, thanks for being here. It's so great to talk with you.
Absolutely.
I'm a big fan of you and your family, of course. For more information, you can visit treasuredtravel.com. We'll have all those details posted in ourquadcities.com. More Living Local continues after the break. Stay with us.